We're going to continue with factoring trinomials, but we are going to solve equations now by factoring trinomials, so we need to use our zero product property. So the first thing we need to do is set our equation equal to 0. So if we subtract 6 from each side, we're going to get x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So now we need to look to factor it. So again, here are two sets of parentheses. Factors of x squared would be x and x. Factors of 6, we know the signs need to be different, and they need to add up to 5, or in this case, if signs are different, subtract. So let's try 6 and 1, and the 6 needs to be positive because we have a positive as our middle term, and a minus here. So that would give us plus 6x minus 1x would be plus 5x. So from this, we're going to get x equals 6, negative 6 or 1. So that would be our solution. Number 2, it's already set equal to 0, so all we need to do is factor it. Factors of y squared would be y and y. Factors of 36, they need to be different because it's negative, so we're going to be subtracting them. So 2 factors of 36 you subtract and you get 5 would be 9 and 4. We want the bigger one to be positive because the sign in the middle term is positive, so plus and minus. Again, double check, positive 9y minus 4y would be positive 5y. So from this, we're going to get that y equals negative 9 or 4. Again, it's already set equal to 0, so all we need to do is factor it first. So factors of p squared, sorry. Factors of 42, again, the signs are going to have to be different to give us a negative, and we want to be able to subtract them and get 19. So it's going to be 21 and 2. The bigger number needs to be negative, so minus 21 plus 2. So that's going to give us p equals 21 or negative 2. Again, we need to get this set equal to 0, but also let's put it in descending order. So let's put the x squared first, plus 9x minus 22 equals 0. So again, factors of x squared would be x and x. Factors of 22, the signs need to be different, so 11 and 2. Bigger one needs to be positive, so positive, negative. So x equals negative 11 or positive 2. Putting it equal to 0, we need to add 10y to each side. And I'm going to put it in descending order, so I want the 10y here. Factors of y squared would be y and y. Factors of 9, this time they do need to be both positive to get me a positive, and since my middle term is positive, and they have to add together to give me 10, so I need a 9 and a 1. So plus plus. So y would equal negative 9 or negative 1. Find all values of k so that each trinomial can be factored using integers. So k is the coefficient of the middle term. So we start by just putting out our factors, x and x, and now we need to look at factors of negative 19. So that tells me the signs need to be negative, or different, sorry. So really not too many factors of 19. When you do have other numbers, it'll be a little harder on this. So what can I multiply together to give me 19? Well, 19 and 1. One of them could be negative, negative 19 and 1, or positive 19 and negative 1 are the only factors that we could get there. So if those are my factors, this is going to be a 19 and a 1. This is going to be negative, this is going to be positive. So what would your middle term be? Negative 19 plus 1. That would give you the value that k could be, remember, because k is the middle term. So that would be negative 18. What if we make this positive and this one negative? You get positive 19 minus 1, you would get positive 18. Are there any other factors that we need to try? No. So that would be all the answers. Now, again, if you have something like a 16 there for 19, you need to look at 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. You need to look at all factors, so keep that in mind. All right, here's an application type problem then. sponsor for the school yearbook had asked that the length and width of a photo in their ad be increased by the same amount. So we're going to increase the same amount, and we want to double the area. The photo was originally 12 by 8. What should the new dimensions of the enlarged photo be? So make sure you understand it and then try to draw a picture. I'm going to go on to my next slide to draw the picture, but might have to refer back to this to get what I need. So the photo originally was 8 by 12. I don't remember what unit we're in, centimeters. And then what did it say? We want to increase by the same amount. So we want to increase over here. We don't know how much. Let's call it X. But we also want to increase by that same amount down here. And so we would get this new shape then. And we want this area to be double. Well, let's go back and find the area of the original. Well, 8 times 12 is 96. So the area of this is centimeters squared. So what do we want our new area to be? If we double 96, we're going to get 192. So that's what our new area should be. So what are the dimensions here? Well, this new side is x plus 12. And this side is, the whole length is going to be x plus 8. So our equation would be that the area, length times width, or the other way around, is equal to 192. That's the area we want. So using our FOIL method, x squared, outside 12, inside 8, would be plus 20x, plus 96 equals 192. Need to get this set equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract 192 from each side and get x squared plus 20x minus 96 equals 0. Now I need to factor this. Again, if you need to use your calculator to come up with factors, that's fine. We're looking at factors of 96. They need to be different, and we need to subtract them, and we get 20. So I think you'll find that it's going to be 24 and 4. 24 needs to be positive. The 4 would be negative. So when you solve this, that gives you 24x minus 4 would be positive 20, and 24 times 4 is 96. You're going to get x equals negative 24 and 4. And here's where we got to think about what we're doing. What does x represent here? It represents a length, so it can't be negative, can it? So it would be 4 centimeters that we'd increase everything by here. And I don't know what the question did say. What's the dimensions of the new one? So you'd add that 4 on, and the new dimensions would be 16 centimeters by 12 centimeters. So that would be your final answer.